Hi guys, we are here for another video. This is the assignment for Thursday this week, practice 3-5, mixed numbers and improper fractions. We are going to work on this. So this top part, what mixed number represents the amount shaded? Okay, so we need to kind of go through, and I'm going to just give you an example for number 1, and then I want you to work on 2, 3, and 4 on your own. Okay, so we have example number 1 is how many holes do we have? We have 2 whole circles, and then we have a partial circle. Okay, and if I cut this circle into 4 sections, how many of those are shaded in? 1, 2, 3. So this would be 3/4 of a circle. So we have 2 holes and 3 parts of 4 in another hole. Okay? So I want you to go ahead, do your best on these. Think about these end circles and what fraction they could represent. Okay, and I want you to try those. So then when we jump down to 5 through 20, it just says write each mixed number as an improper fraction. This means to wheel. Okay, so I'm going to do a few of them with you, and then I want you to do the rest and practice them on your own. Okay, when we wheel, we take 8 and 1 and we times them. Okay, and then we take that number and we plus the 7. Okay, so we have 8 times 1 is 8 plus 7, so 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So nope, sorry, 15. I added 1 too many. So 8 plus 7 is 15, and my denominator is the same. Okay? So let's go across and do this one. We did 4 times 2, which is 8, plus 3, so 8, 9, 10, 11. So we have 11, and then my denominator doesn't change. It's 4, 11/4. 3 times 7, which is 21, plus 1, which is 22, and my denominator is the same, so that's 3. If you are not fluent with your math facts, have a multiplication chart with you. Okay, so like for number 8, I have 3 times 8. If you don't know what 3 times 8 is, just look on here, go down your 3 column until you get to the 8. What number do you have? 24. So 3 times 8 is 24, plus 2 is 25, 26. And then you have your denominator the same. Okay? I'm going to do this bottom row with you since the numbers are a little bit higher, but I want you to do these middle 2 on your own. Okay, so this is 12 times 3. Well, if you're not sure, we go to 12 down to 3, which is 36, plus 11. So you have 36, and maybe you can't do that in your head, and that's okay. We just write it down. 6 plus 1 is 7. 3 plus 1 is 4. So we have 47 over, my denominator stays the same, so it's 12. Okay? 12 times 2, not sure. Go here, down to 2, 24. So we have 12 times 2 is 24, plus 7. Maybe you need some help with that, not doing it in your head, and that's okay. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Carry the 1. 2 plus 1 is 3, so we have 31. 12 times 2 is 24, plus 7 is 31, and my denominator is still 12. Okay? 15 times 5, 15, go down to 5, 75, plus 4, 75, 76, 77, 78, 79, over my denominator, which is 15. Okay? I have one more that I'm going to do with you. 15 times 2, okay, right there is 30, plus 7, 30 plus 7 is 37, over 15, because that's my denominator. Alright, so you're going to do these two rows on your own, okay? Now the next section, write an improper fraction as a mixed number in simplest form. Okay, so we are writing these as mixed numbers. It says in simplest form. We're just going to take what we have right here and change it. Okay, and then see what we get. So when we do that, we kind of do the opposite of wheeling. We unwheel this. That's kind of what I like to say. So we see how many times does 2 go into 15. You go down your 2 column, you find a number that's close to 15 without going over, and it's 7. It goes in 7 whole times. Okay? I know that 7 times 2 is 14. If I use up 14 of those 15, how many do I have left? Well, I used up 14, so I know that I have one more to get to 15. So 1 left, and my denominator never changes, so it's 2. Okay, 7 1/2. How many 3's go into 8? 3. Find a number close to 8 without going over, so it goes in 2 whole times. I know 2 times 3 is 6. How many do I have left if I've used up 6 of them? So if I count in my head from 6 up to 8, 6, 7, 8. So that's 2 left. My denominator is 3. Okay? 2 goes into 5. Go down your 2 until you find something close to 5 without going over, so it's 4. So 2 goes into 5 2 whole times. 2 times 2 is 4. I've used up 4, so how many are left? I have 1 left over 2. My denominator stays the same. Okay? So 3 goes into 7. How many times? Okay, right here. 3 goes into 7 2 times. 3 times 2 is 6. I've used up 6 of those. How many's left? I have 1 left, and my denominator is 3. Okay, I'm going to show you this bottom row now, and then you can do the 2 middle rows. Okay, so how many 5's go into 17? 5 goes into 17. Okay, right here, because that's not going over, 3 times. 3 times 5 is 15. If I've used up 15 of those, how many do I have left? So I start with 15, and I count up. 16, 17. So I have 2 left, and my denominator doesn't change. It stays the same. How many 6 goes into 17? Go down my 6 column. Find a number that's close but not over. So it goes in 2 times. 2 times 6 is 12. I've used up 12. So I think 12 in my head and count up to 17. 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. So there are 5 left, and my denominator stays the same at 6. Okay. How many 15's go into 36? Go down your 15 column until you find 36 without going over, so here, and then it goes in 2 times. 2 times 15 is 30. If I use up 30, how many are left? Well, if I use up 30 of 36, I know I have 6 left. Okay? And then the denominator is the same, 15. This is where Mrs. McCall would like you to start recognizing that this can be reduced further. Okay? So, because there's a 6 on top and a 3 times 2 makes 6, and a 3 times 5 make 15, I recognize that I can divide a 3 out of both of them. So I'm going to get rid of my 3's. I'm going to keep my others. Okay? So the simplest form for this problem is 2 and 2/5. Okay? 2 and 6/15 is not wrong. It's just not in simplest form. So when we divide out, we get this one for simplest form. Okay? How many 21s go into 28? So if you look down the 21, you have to find the number closest to 28 without going over. So it's just 1 time. 1 times 21 is 21. Okay, if I've used up 21 of these, how many do I have left? So I'm going to count up. I'm going to say 21 in my head, and then 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28. So that was 5 plus 2 more, which is 7. So I have 7 left over 21. 21 is the denominator. It doesn't ever change. This is another one where you need to recognize that a 7 can be divided out of both. So I know 7 is only 1 times 7, but 21 can be 3 times 7. Okay? I can divide out the 7's and I can keep the other numbers. So my answer in simplest form is 1 whole with 1/3. Okay? I need you to do these 2 rows. When you flip it over to the back, Mrs. McCall says set up each problem. Try to simplify, okay, like it shows in the example. Try to simplify. So we are going to set these up, okay? When we set these up, you don't have to do the bottom 2. When we set these up, we have to wheel them first, okay? So we have 4 times 1 is 4, plus 1 is 5, over 4, my denominator doesn't change, times 2 times 3 is 6, plus 2 is 8 over 3. Okay? If I simplify, I know I can simplify the 8 and the 4. I can divide a 4 out of both. 4 times 1 and 4 times 2. Okay? I cross off the one that's the same. I keep the other. So now when you multiply, you would multiply straight across. Now she doesn't want us to solve these. She just wants us to show the simplifying. Okay? Let's set this one up. 5 times 2 is 10, plus 2 is 12 over 5, times 2 times 4 is 8, plus 1 is 9 over 2. I cannot simplify 5 and 9, but I can 2 and 12. So 1 times 2 is 2, 2 times 6 is 12. I can get rid of the 2's because they're the same, and I'm going to keep the other number. So you would have 6 times 9 and 5 times 1. Okay? 7 times 3 is 21, plus 1 is 22 over 7. times 5 times 2 is 10, plus 4 is 14 over 5. Now, if you can just get this step, that's what she wants you to get to. If you can try to simplify some of them, that's even better. If you're starting to recognize all of them that you can simplify, that's even better. Okay? So this step is what you need. You need to wheel it and set it up. Okay? I know, I recognize that I can simplify 7 and 14. Okay? I can't 5 and 22, but I can 7 and 14 because 1 times 7 is 7 and 7 times 2 is 14. So I know that they have the 7s in common. I'm going to keep the 2 and keep the 1. So when you solve, it would be 22 times 2 and 1 times 5. You do not need to solve, you just need to set up. Okay? So I know this is a lot of work, this is a lot of multiplying, okay? But you need to keep going with it. I'll do these last 2 with you, but the rest of them I want you to set up, okay? Otherwise my video is going to be 45 minutes if I do all of these, okay? And I don't want you to watch a 45-minute video, plus I want you to practice doing this after I teach you. This one is already 1/5. It's in a fraction. I don't have to do anything with it. I don't have to wheel it because it's already in a fraction form. So I just bring it down. 1/5 times, and now I wheel this one. 2 times 9 is 18 plus 7. So I have 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. Okay, that was 7. So 25 over, my denominator's the same as 9. Okay, I know I can't reduce 1 and 9 because 1 is as low as it goes, but I can reduce 5 and 25. So 5 is 1 times 5, 25 is 5 times 5. I can cross off my 5s and keep the other number. Okay, last one I'm going to do. 2 times 12 is 24, plus 1 is 25 over 2. My denominator doesn't change. I've got 5 times 2 is 10, plus 2 is 12 over 5. My denominator doesn't change. Now I can simplify both of these. Okay, let's start with the 2 and the 12. The only thing that makes 2 is 1 times 2. So I need to get rid of the 2, and I know that 2 times 6 is 12. So I'm going to cross off the 2's and keep the other number. 5 and 25 both simplify. I just showed you right here. So I know that the only thing that makes 5 is 1 times 5. And then 25, is 5 times 5. Okay? So I cross off the 5's that are the same, and I keep the other number. So this one, when you multiply, you would multiply 5 times 6 and 1 times 1. Those are your numbers left. That's why I like to circle them, so I keep them straight. Okay, so you do not need to do 26 and 27. You also don't need to do 37 and 38 on the front page. Okay, but you do have some more work to do on your own and to try. This is just a video to get you started. If you need more help, please ask. Okay? I hope this is helpful, you guys.